Hello class, my name is Anthony Arvizu, and today I'm going to talk about how social and environmental factors affect our life experiences. First is the purpose. Social factors are an important part of our personal experience of life and directly impacts our overall health. There are different approaches that can be applied to identify and explain the things that mold us as individuals as well as affects our overall health. The three models we will talk about are Bronfenbrenner's ecological theory, biopsychosocial paradigm, and people in environment perspective. Here is a quick overview of exactly what we're going to be talking about during this presentation. First, importance of social factors. Social factors influence the choices that are made in regards to healthcare and can affect one's health in a positive or negative manner. In order to fully enhance health, social factors must be understood and considered by medical professionals. Bronfenbrenner's ecological theory was devised by Yuri Bronfenbrenner in 1979. It reflects the environmental system in which an individual interacts. Bronfenbrenner's theory emphasizes the belief that we must understand a person's experience both within and between the various levels of the larger ecological system. In looking at his ecological theory, Bronfenbrenner argued that the ecological environment is conceived as a set of nested structures, each inside the next, like a set of Russian dolls. His model proposed 5 distinct environmental layers. Here are the 5 distinct environmental layers: microsystem, mesosystem, exosystem, macrosystem, chronosystem. The microsystem's setting is a direct environment we have in our lives. Your family, friends, classmates, teachers, neighbors, and other people who have a direct contact with you are included in your microsystem. The microsystem is the setting in which we have direct social interactions with these social agents. The theory states that we are not mere recipients of the experience we have when socializing with these people in the microsystem environment, but we are contributing to the construction of such environment. The mesosystem involves the relationships between the microsystems in one life. This means that your family experience may be related to your school experience. For example, if a child is neglected by his parents, he may have a low chance of developing positive attitude towards his teachers. Also, this child may feel awkward in the presence of peers and may resort to withdrawal from a group of classmates. The exosystem is the setting in which there is a link between the contact wherein the person does not have any active role in the contact wherein is actively participating. Suppose a child is more attached to his father than his mother. If the father goes abroad to work for several months, there may be a conflict between the mother and the child's social relationship. Or on the other hand, this event may result to a tighter bond between the mother and the child. The macrosystem setting is the actual culture of an individual. The cultural contents involve the socio-economical status of the person and or his family, his ethnicity or race, and living in a still developing or a third world country. For example, being born in a poor family makes a person work harder every day. Lastly, you have the chronosystem, includes the transitions and shifts in one's lifespan. This may also involve the social historical context that may influence a person. One classic example of this is how divorce, as a major life transition, may affect not only the couple's relationship, but also their children's behavior. According to a majority of research, children are negatively affected on the first year after the divorce. The next years after it would reveal that the interaction within the family becomes more stable and agreeable. The biopsychosocial model is both a philosophy of clinical care and a practical clinic guide. Philosophically, it is a way of understanding how suffering, disease, and illness are affected by multiple levels of organization, from the societal to the molecular. Biopsychosocial paradigm assures good health and standard, seeks to treat systems and shared diseases, looks at the individual alone rather than things and people around them. People and environment perspective is based on the notion that an individual and his or her behavior cannot be understood adequately without consideration of the various aspects of that individual's environment. Example, social, political, familiar, temporal, spiritual, economical, and physical. A person in environment perspective is said to provide a more adequate framework for assessing an individual and his or her presenting problem and strengths and an approach that focuses solely on changing an individual's behavior or psyche, or one that focuses solely on the environmental conditions. This perspective is also thought to increase the range of interventions available to the practitioner, with the options to intervene directly with the individual or into aspects of the environment or both. Pi also examines social environment, which is similar to Bronfenbrenner's theory. It also examines the health impact and treatments. Pi doesn't necessarily include the larger picture of society in account, for instance, war or politics in the country. Lastly, there are many different approaches that can be applied to identify and explain the things that mold us into who we are and affect our overall health. At the end of this presentation, we discussed Bronfenbrenner's ecological theory and gave a brief insight into biopsychosocial paradigm and people and environment perspective. Understanding that social factors and creating the best environments will contribute to their patients' outcomes.